Hello everyone, my name is Sistra and welcome back to Shogun 2. So, we're finally back to the Shimazu campaign, and it's been a while, hasn't it? Well, there's a very good reason for that, and that is the problem I have with the end turn. As you have noticed, I have a tendency to cut them out because they are so damn long, they are taking forever. And that means that the lazy part of me finds it a lot easier to just go ahead and not do this as often, and rather do the campaigns which don't have that problem. So I got to be better about that, and put out more of this, because I know some of you really like this campaign. And I also want to do it. I like the concept of so many extra regions and the fight being more dragged out. Also, I never actually done a vanilla Shogun campaign before. Well, not a finished one anyway. So that's also something I was trying to do there. But anyway, with that out of the way, I can tell you where we stand. So, we stand at the exact same place as where we left off, shocker. Except for the fact that we have a lovely Metsuke, which managed to bribe the majority of this army to join my side. So I now have the crack troops known as Shiari Ashigaru. Yeah. And also some Bow Ashigaru. Well, a bit more useful, I would argue. And they will hopefully help us out. Actually, I'm quite convinced that they will help us out. Also, we don't have to fight them. That's certainly a plus as well. And if these guys attack, I believe they will come and reinforce. Or maybe barely not. Yeah, apparently they will just out of reinforcement range. Also, another problem I see we have is the food situation. And that's a bit unfortunate. And I might have to stop researching all of this in order to go ahead and research this thing right here, which gives me the option to actually upgrade all the farms I have. I have checked, and all of the farms I have are actually at the max level. So unfortunately, no matter how much I want to go down the sword route, this is a thing I really have to research. So let's go ahead and do that, and 9 turns, in 9 turns we should have that. And that seems like an eternity with end turns like these. Speaking of end turns, we'll end it right here, and I'll see you on the other end of it, or whenever these guys attack. Either or. So, end turn. And here we go. So, as I suspected, we are not gonna be reinforced by a lovely bribed army. Anyway, let's take a look at what we're actually up against and what we're fighting with. So, a bunch of cavalry. That's at least something, and it's katana cavalry, most of it, so it actually can pack a punch. And I mentioned the samurai, the katana samurai, did I? If I didn't, well, I mentioned them now. And also a lot of skirmishers. Skirmishers, that's pretty much what the main army of these guys consist of. Almost half of their troops. And the reinforcing army is actually very small, because we bribed most of it away. So, our main concern here is, I don't know really, maybe the Yari samurai? Well, not really. I think we're actually very good off seeing that we have, well, two things. Our main attack force with this army is a katana unit, which in theory counters the Yari infantry, depending on how many Yari infantry there actually are, of course. And the fact that our katana samurai are in fact superior katana samurai to all the other factions. So I think we should be good here, even though oh, now I can't even remember what this is called. I guess the balance of power. Even though that supposedly says that the battle won't go my way. Hopefully they will be wrong. Let's go ahead to the battlefield and find out. And we don't have time for speeches. So, I don't like fighting on hills, to be quite honest. Especially not with all the cavalry I have. Well, of course it leads to situations where we can outflank a bunch. But still, I think I don't want to fight that. Well, in the end, we're actually the ones being attacked. So we don't have to worry about having to reach them uphill with our katana units. At least in theory. They could be dicks about it and pretty much do the opposite of what the AI is supposed to do. But I find that very, very unlikely. Anyway, that was it, I do believe. All our bowmen should be ready to fight off the enemy, mainly Ashigaru force. Also, I guess I can have them on skirmish mode, so they just get behind these lines as quickly as possible. I'm probably going to charge these guys anyway, but still. Just to be safe. And yeah, as I said, I think that makes me ready. So, cavalry, let's place you out on the flanks. Let's see here. That's both samurai. Bow Ashigaru. Okay, here comes the Yari Ashigaru. So, relatively close. And I'm flanked by a river. Well then. Also the red line, of course. Also, this is the forge. And this could be an entirely different battle map, I do realize. Anyway, you are actually not protected at all. Let's send in... I was going to say light cavalry, but unfortunately all of them are on the other flank. So I guess we'll just send in one unit of katana samurai. And here comes the reinforcements. Bow Ashigaru and Yari Ashigaru. Ooh, spooky. I'm very, very, very scared. But here we can send in the light infantry, the light cavalry, in fact. And hopefully we'll be able to snipe off a few of their bowmen as quickly as possible, and without that many casualties, except to our cavalry, of course. And these guys were entirely unprepared, apparently, even though they shouldn't with a charge like that directly from the front. Anyway, they are wavering and they are gone. They were also the bow samurai, so that was very, very good that I got them routed. Here's the other bow samurai. It's the dojo samurai. Okay then, so they were garrisoned, but still. It's still a good thing to take. Here we go, I am being hit, and here comes the spear units. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull out as quickly as possible. Well, you don't actually have to pull out, but you definitely need to pull out. Or pull away, I guess. And there we go, as I said, there comes the spear units. And yes, you need to pull back. Yeah, just stand there, don't mind me. I'm just taking care of your samurai units. Unfortunately, apparently light cavalry can't do the job that the Katana Cavalry can do. Which is fair. They are a more heavy cavalry type, so I guess it makes sense. And I definitely didn't think about that. Also, I completely didn't pay attention to this, but no problem, because they apparently couldn't get to charge me properly. And that was the cavalry, right? Yeah, the cavalry, right there. They were the shameful ones, or the shameful ones. There we go, the bow Ashgar obviously can't use skirmish mode, but thankfully the katana units are there to mop everything up. Okay, over on the other side of the battle, we have to start trying to outflank and take out units like this, which can do stuff like this, aka killing my valuable units. Of course, without thinking about stuff like this, which will eventually be cut down. Oh, you are you are committed. Well, fortunately for you, that's not gonna happen, and I'm gonna outflank you. At least try to. These guys might get caught, but outflank you and feast on the units you should be trying to protect. Also, I completely shattered their middle. Completely. Wow. Yeah, they are just gone. So send one unit over there and the other two in this direction to deal with these guys. Actually, I should be sending this unit over here. No, that's not a good idea. I'd rather have those guys try to do that. And you guys are there. I guess I could give you a charge in the back. Also, my cavalry is now free to do almost whatever it feels like. But what it needs to do right now, at least what I think is the best thing to do right now, is to chase down and butcher as many units as possible, so we have at little as possible of the garrison actually to fight when that fight arrives. Of course, we have a one pesky Yari unit, which is actually wavering, and it would be interesting to see how they would react against a proper charge. But let's see, that was those guys out of the way. Just want to clear out what is what here. Actually stay there and try to mop those guys up a bit. And yeah, they completely shattered. So let's try to kill as many of them as possible before they flee. So I'm just gonna stay here, mop a bit up. Those guys shattered. These guys are actually catching some of the Yari, or was it bow? The bow Ashigaru. You guys go for those. And you guys go for those. It remains to see if we will actually be able to reach them in time, but these guys actually have to reach this specific point of the map to be able to run over to the other side of the red line. And yes, they are doing a good cleaning job. Let's see, how many are still remaining? 24 versus 200 and... yeah, about 200. Rapidly decreasing, so I think you are a priority target. For 2 units, actually. So consider yourself very, very lucky. Don't you feel lucky? Anyway, those guys are melting away. And so what are these guys going to do? And let's take a quick kill counts before we end the battle and see the official stats. 125 kills, 346, 542, 130 and 442. So, a very, very good job by the cavalry. Of course, a simple job, but still a good job. It's a very valuable job, I should say. And I feel it's valuable enough to where we can end it right there. So we will. And we did. And there we have it. It was indeed very decisive. But was it decisive enough? We will see. And decisive to the point where we actually captured this. And yes, it was. No. It actually wasn't. Ooh. What happened there? Was that a rebellion? Or is that another faction? It should be another faction, because a rebellion shouldn't produce two armies like that. Now I'm really curious. But what actually happened was that our general increased in rank. I have a tendency to confuse those two things. And yes, I do have a food shortage. Yeah, seriously, where are you coming from? Oh, I see. Unfortunately, I'm about to kick you out of your region. Of this region. This is not your region. It will very soon be my region, in fact. And I'm quite lucky, actually, because since they are at war with these guys, I'm automatically being reinforced by 12,000 men. Against, well, add that to those guys, so 1,400 men. 14,000 men. Good luck with that. And what do you know? Shocking results. Very shocking. These guys completely got smashed. Anyway, I will peacefully occupy this as well. Yeah, I almost never use the options. Well, the second option, I never ever. Well, I'm not gonna say never ever, but almost close to never ever as possible. I use the second option, which is raiding. I don't like to use that. As simple as that. But the third option, the create a vassal one, that's one I've been known to use a lot. If you watch my my Tosha campaign, which actually started very, very rough, but in the end managed to work out. But that's a different matter entirely. But yeah, in that campaign, yeah, you should take a look at that if you want to take a look at a campaign where you have a ridiculous amount of vassals. Yeah, that was that seemed almost a bit wrong. Anyway, yeah, this guy. Didn't I get him when? I think I got him when I had like a, what's it called again? Yeah, when basically a captain performed that well that he had the option of being promoted to a general, and I did indeed take the option. So now this army is ravaging around in my lands, or I'm probably going to ravage around in my lands, and that will obviously not be enough to take this. And all that remains for the Comanche are actually this province, I do believe. Let's see, I just want to confirm that. Take a look at the diplomacy. And there we have them. Yes, they only have one province still remaining. And in the meanwhile, you can take a look at... That's the wrong thing. You can take a look at my clan, which is now actually covering a vast area, which I'm very, very satisfied with. Also, can I get to trade with you now? I probably can. Yes. I couldn't earlier, which I don't know why, Maybe because I didn't actually have a trading port. I think that might be the thing. Yes, here we go. You can see here that now I'm trading with the Aso. So I guess the trade routes go here, through here, and out there. And that should be blocked in the next turn by these guys. They probably will, because the AI loves to block ports. And that's understandable. Bribe settlement, something I can't do because... Oh, it's a capital. I was going to say it's probably because the daimyo is there. But that's actually not the case at all. It's just their capital. Oh, I should of course try to bribe those guys. I might be able to do so with this guy. He, of course, doesn't have that much experience as the other guy. And I guess that's what happens. Anyway, was that all for this turn? I believe it was. Actually, that. And there we go. So, I believe this army should be enough to go ahead and capture the final province. And if it isn't, well, I have more troops waiting for a job right there. Also, what can I recruit here? Not that much. Well, I guess I can recruit my basic units, but that's about it. And of course a simple Shigari. What could I recruit here again? Light cavalry. Well, that's better. But yeah, that shouldn't be an issue to capture this. It just means that I have to build out a bit to be able to do anything else. Anyway, I think the turn is over, so we'll end it. Yeah, I'm quite reluctant to actually end turns in this Let's Play due to the enormous amount of time the end turn actually takes. So that's why I have a tendency to drag out every single turn. And actually, what do you know? What I said was going to happen did indeed happen. So this is the navy. Well, no, I just thought it. I said something completely different. I said that we're probably going to try to block this, but what I actually thought was that they will probably have to face one of these navies, and I would then be dragged into the battle. And indeed it was. But no, what I said was going to happen didn't happen. But I was kind of right and kind of not right. So, to make up for that, this time something I actually did say happened. Not that my castle was going to be besieged, of course, but the fact that, if I just can get past all of the pop-ups, but the fact that these guys are Turks and just want to raid everything. And indeed they did, which further increased the problem with, well, the food situation. And they also damaged my stoneworks. You bastards. Anyway, this castle is, as I said, under siege. They are quite desperate, throwing this at pretty much a full garrison. So yeah, that's within the realm of what I call very, very silly. Let's see. I just want to see how much I get from this. Okay, so this is plus 15. If I remove every single unit of my army, that will actually zero out. That's handy. Well, let's do that then. Maybe accept a few forces here and there. That should be enough. So I'll take out this. Seriously? Oh. How did I not manage to bring my archers? That was silly. I think I still might be able to win, but this is not going to happen. So what I actually wanted to do was, of course, to take my archers as well. And, well, I guess I'm lucky, and I am able to attack again. So now the balance bar is more in my favor. That was the word I was looking for, the balance bar. Anyway, this battle will be fought in the next part, and I'll probably also fight another battle in which I try to break out, and inevitably successfully break out from this siege. And if we're lucky, we'll capture the last remaining strongholds. Anyway, as I said, that will be in a later part. Hopefully you enjoyed this part, and I hope to bring you this series more often than I am doing at this point, and try to overcome the problems, well, the issue I have personally with this campaign. So yeah, hopefully that will be done. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this part. Like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.